He's Tony. I'm Mike. This is week 3 in our month of love. Here we finally got a more traditional rom-com type of film. We have 1987's Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey, Amanda Peterson, Courtney Gaines, the weird redhead from Children of the Corn.
Oh, okay,
Malachi.
yeah. I thought that was him.
Yeah.
So.
Outlander! We have your woman! She still lives!
And Seth Green in a very, very early role.
Chucky Miller, right? He's resorted to sending his messenger boy.
Boy? I see no boy here.
Shot in Tucson, Arizona. I actually recognize some of these sets because I lived in Tucson for a year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's got a little special place in my heart in that regard.
Okay.
But also, just growing up, seeing this movie when I was a kid. I'm interested in what you got to think about this.
this movie is better than most of the high school films of that particular genre. The premise is completely stupid. You know, she's the rich girl, and he's the neighbor kid, and he's kind of a dork, and he has aspirations of, like, moving into the in-crowd clique, and just so happens that she borrows her mom's $1,000 suede outfit and gets wine spilled on it at a party.
Sorry, hon. Don't worry, it's only wine. I mean, it's not like I ruined it.
And he's been saving up all summer, mowing lawns, to buy a telescope. And so he's gonna go buy his telescope, and she just happens to be trying to get a replacement for that. So they come to the agreement that he's gonna give her $1,000 so she can replace her mom's suede suit. It was an ugly suit, too.
You pretend you like me, and we go out for just a few weeks, and that will make me popular.
I think you've mowed one too many lawns.
In exchange for that, they're going to pretend like they're going out for a month, and in that month, he's going to amass popularity, and then he's going to be able to move into the in crowd. And
it works for him. He gets a reputation, but for poor Ronald, it kind of goes to his head.
Don't change to please me.
Me change? Never.
That's right, I'm here.
And
No.
he takes it too f***ing far, and he ends up paying for it in the end.
You! All of you thought we were a couple. What a joke! He bought me. And he bought all of you.
All that is true, but really at the end of the day, he did get to have sex with 3 of the hottest cheerleaders in the school, and you can't ever take that away from him. So
No, you can't.
looks like he did bought him some love. So
I happen to know that in the whole school, there's only one other titty quite this pretty.
Yep. That's it.
Beatles are wrong.
I'm just gonna say, like, the relationship between Patrick Dempsey and God, what is her name? The blonde girl,
Cindy Mancini.
Cindy Mancini. Yeah, I actually was okay with all of that. It was sweet and it was charming and
It was. There was a genuine chemistry
Yes,
there.
yes.
Like you felt there was something going on.
Yes.
Since it's our last official date, I thought we could check out one of my favorite places.
What's in the box?
You'll find out. Trust me, it'll be fun.
The weird thing about it is it's like after they like had their very public breakup.
I'm tired of you comparing me to Bobby. And in fact, I'm tired of you. Period.
And they ending the role and they fulfilled the obligations of their contract to each other. That's when this kind of goes off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
I get that. He's got this new image and his new fashion sense and his new this and new that. And we've seen that bit play out like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that this kind of got right was that it wasn't just about the fact that he was popular with the in-crowd girls, that the in-crowd guys were like, oh, hey, he's a cool guy and blah, 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 blah. That part worked on a certain level.
Hey, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, ladies. You're looking fine as Sam.
Thanks, Ronnie. Looking rather tasty yourself.
It worked really well. It's very realistic because I see this shit happen all the time when I was in school. Like, somebody be dating somebody, they become available, and like the vultures come out and just pick at the remain.
Whoa, wait a minute. First of all, if I recall correctly, you still have Bobby. Secondly, you quit Ronnie, so that makes him public property.
That's
You
high
know?
school, though. I mean,
Exactly, but again, it's something they got right.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And again, too, it's like the other thing too. Like, if somebody's popular to something that's kind of dorky, well, what's his face is doing? So it's gotta be cool, like the African Indian ritual dance.
That's bizarre. But if the Rochfords do it, must be new.
Which I love the part where the dorks are off the side, like,
It's the African ritual.
So, but, you know, the blow up at the party was way over the top, and you know, the fallout from that was kind of. The beginning of it was kind of stupid, but the end of it, like where he's kind of ostracized from that group and he's already lost his old school friends, that was kind of okay.
He's in Siberia.
You know, I knew he was scamming us all along.
Look at that, he's been banished.
That actually played out well, where he was actually like everybody else was sitting at tables at lunch, and he was over sitting underneath a tree eating his lunch by himself.
I've seen that shit happen. I've seen that fall from grace and fucking where people are like just don't associate with somebody. Eventually, they end up getting pulled back in, but there's times where I saw motherfuckers like just be shunned.
I'm just gonna say that, like, I don't know, I guess my high school experience was atypical because I had like a group of people that I hung out with all through high school, and it was like the same crowd of people the whole time, and there was a lot of interdating, but it was never anything weird like this. And you know, people came in and went out, but you couldn't, like, you know, jocks and cheerleaders and this. We had some of the girls that we hang out with, they were on the cheer squad, and some were in band, and some were. It was just a group of people that, you know, lived close together and had some stuff in common.
Yeah.
You know.
See, and my school's is a little more cliquey. I mean, it wasn't like hardcore cliquey, but a lot of times, like, you know, if you're, you know, say if you're at one of the burnouts or something like that, you like kicked in the smoking lounge, you know, if you end up dating somebody that was a girl that's a little more preppy or something like that, it typically didn't last very long. It seemed like you had to kind of conform to one or the other, and if you didn't, you know, your buddies be like, oh, why you dating this fucking preppy bitch, this and that, la 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 la, or you get the vice versa, you know, where the girls be like, oh, why you dating this scummy da 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 da. You know, it wasn't like super hardcore, and I get it. This is like definitely exaggerated.
Yeah.
But you know, it's an '80s fucking rom-com
Yeah,
movie. It's gonna be a little exaggerated.
It's tropey because they need to basically not spend all this time developing character. They need to get to the meat and potatoes of the plot and the comedy of it as it is.
But anyways, what I was trying to say is like I think they got the social dynamics, while exaggerated, still pretty close to the mark.
More so than most John Hughes films.
Yeah.
Sadly, the 80s is kind of devoid of a realistic depiction of what high school is actually like. Because I'm sorry, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but high school, like the events in high school, were never this important to me. I never gave a shit. I never went to a school dance because I didn't give a shit, and I was never upset about the fact that I didn't actually go to a school dance. It never occurred to me to give a shit about going to a school dance.
Yeah. I went to several school dances and stuff like that. They're fine.
Oh
They're
no, no one asked me to Sadie Hawkins. My life is over. Never happened.
Right. But you know, I mean, we're, you know, I don't know, we're different people. You know, we're popular. It just wasn't a fucking thing. You know, didn't fucking matter.
I know.
You know, it's like
honestly,
I didn't care.
I
It's
enjoyed
like you cared about that shit, you didn't care about that shit. If you didn't care about it, well, then it wasn't a fucking thing. If you did care about it, sorry.
Yeah.
Popularity sure beats being treated like a social leper. Let me tell you.
Popularity isn't perfect. I mean, it almost feels like a job sometimes.
This movie kind of speaks to people that peaked in high school. That's what I got for you. And so does a lot of the teen rom-com stuff. And it's sad because, you know, it's a transitional phase for a lot of people. And it'd be nice if there was actually like a film that was kind of more honest about how shit plays out, as opposed to this tropey bullshit that the 80s is just chock full of. And you keep picking these films, but I will say this is infinitely better than High School USA.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I got. Did I hate it? No. Did I like it? It had some enjoyable parts, but overall, I mean, this is like a 5.5 or a 6. It's a little better than average, but it's not.
So not a recommend.
No, not a recommend for me.
It's a recommend for me.
Of course it is.
I love these kind of movies, and I will continue to torture you with these movies
I
for
know.
as long as we're around. Just like as you will keep torturing me with Elvis as long as we're doing this. So,
Until we've
But you
watched
know
all
what?
39 of them.
but you know what? It's not about love because it is the month of love. And we will see you next week for our Watch the World Burn, our finale for our month of love.
Absolutely.